Welcome back. This is the press, reaching you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. We've now been joined by our guest, Duke Alamboye, who's a policy analyst. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I love your outfit, the cap. It shows the South kind of man.
The Niger Delta.
You look very Nigerian.
Anyway, that's great. Yeah. So let's talk about what's on most of our headlines today. And the Punch newspaper says, principal officers, APC protests election, National Assembly members back Akpabio Abbas. And Rider says selecting Bamidele Ndume Umahi as NASS leaders, a rumor, Adamu declares. Senators rep support Senate President. Speaker says NWC aware of selection. Now, yesterday there was actually a selection in the National Assembly of the Senate leaders, and we saw the likes of Bamidele Ndume Umahi and co emerge. But the National Working Committee is aware, according to the Senate President. Oh. But now we have the chairman of the party, in the person of Adamu, saying that they are not aware of the development. So what do you make of this?
Well, first of all, let me congratulate the persons that have emerged in those various positions, most especially my own constituency, from my state, Honorable Shinda. Yes. Also emerged, I think, a minority leader. But this, albeit as it may, these are the issues of the APC. You know, they did this same thing in the Buhari's administration, always finding time to fight themselves internally. These positions that we are seeing, at a time one person will be there, everybody cannot be there. And as a party, they've not had the mind for conceding. If after elections, people have emerged through elective processes, those persons are also saddled with responsibility to also within their space select people that will lead in various capacities and positions. I think when those things comes up, the party should always take position with governance. When the party at their level begin to go against or contradict what the few elected persons that represents the party at governance level begin to go against what they do, it makes the opposition, it gives opposition the grounds to begin to, enter into their situations, into their affairs. It has always been the case. We've never seen where APC something will happen and it is PDP that is criticizing it. It is Labour Party that or other 16 or 17 political parties that are criticizing. It will be firstly an overwhelming opposition from within. So it's really making the conscience of Nigerians weak and beginning seeming like, are we sure these people they are ready to dish out governance once more? So it's worrisome. But I will say it again that they don't go inside. They don't go inside to take an overall look at what is supposed to be. It's all when, as in the case of Akpabio, when the president said that he was his preferred candidate, the same party national party chairman came out to say, oh, the party didn't take a good stand, they didn't consult widely and all of that. So when you begin to have this contradicting position and juxtapose itself on very national and critical issues, it begins to crack the unity and the purposefulness of united governance they are supposed to have as a team. The spirit of team playing begins to die gradually, and you begin to see spots of opposition within, grievances here and there, and before you know it, that cohesion, that unity they're supposed to have, that teamwork they're supposed to have in delivering their cause for winning power or taking power in the country will begin to fade out. There is no cause for alarm. If this is what the preferred people are, they are all APC people. Other people should concede. Oppositions are watching what they are doing and beginning to know that they are not united as it is supposed to be as a party. So I don't like the idea of the party chairman coming out as a leader, as a foremost leader, to even criticize what has happened, whether they call it selection, whether they call it election, whether they call it consultations, but that the party has settled for it. And most importantly, the main National Assembly members are in consonance with it. So what is his problem? What are his problems? So seeing him as the figure number one one man of the party is supposed to even quell these issues when they arise, other than coming up to the public or to the media space to say that they are not aware, it is not acceptable. I think it's not the best way to go for Nigeria.
I remember in one of our interviews between you made earlier, you said in this Senate you are not expecting them to be rubber stamped because lots of people in the Senate currently are opinionated, and you are expecting to be to have some kind of uproar at one or two times. So are you saying that this is not a situation of those in the APC actually coming out also to air their own opinions? Because if the APC has the majority of senators in the Senate, them having their own opinions is also a sign of what you also said.
No, we are not talking about. We are not. The statement in public says the National Assembly members are okay with it. The people that are not the concerned persons here are, of course,
APC members in the National Assembly.
Of course, there is no time you have. There is no time you have 100% of support to a particular movement. It will die down. But what I'm emphasizing here is that when you agitate, it should be within, and then come up with a resolution or an opinion that makes people perceive you as united. The banter on media spaces is too much for the APC, and if time is not taken, it will make them not concentrate to achieve what they are supposed to achieve. It will crack their unity, it will crack their purposefulness, and make them, less perceived for delivery, good delivery. So this is where I'm going to. I'm not saying that there will be total agreement to when anything happens. Of course, few persons will disagree, but the ability to quell those few persons that are disagreeing before coming to the public is what I'm talking about. You cannot come to the public after APC as a majority has appointed or anointed a candidate to man majority leader in the House and other respective positions in the House, leader position in the House, and they have announced it, and it is carried in the public domain. Then somebody from APC is coming to counter it. I don't think it's best for our politics.
All right, talking about somebody coming to counter it, there's this headline that says there's a cold war between the president and the chairman of his party. And some persons in the local palace are beginning to say that from the scratch, the the national chairman never wanted the president to emerge. There are rumors that he wanted Ahmed Lawan through a consensus that didn't eventually go through. Do you think this is the reason for the supposed friction that is happening between them?
Like, I want to still take it on the page I am. Their ability to drop what is in the past matters so much. I am not saying the president, since he ascended into power, concerning himself vindictively. I think he is pursuing the essence that brought him to power. He has a lot to do for Nigerians, and I think he's trying to concentrate in doing that. And in also doing that, he has the responsibility to ensure that the cabinet and every arm of government around his administration is formidable. Now, if you look at that, there's also that cohesion that is needed within the functionary of government and party activities, so which will also largely concern him. Political national chairmen of political parties feel that when the party ascends into power, they have a lot to contribute. But a time pass, we are seeing that they have even little, because both the persons that are in powers and the National Working Committee members are APC members. That you are in power, that the president is now, the president does not make him not an APC member. That you will say he is not going to be inclusive in such decision, in you taking decision of that. There are percentages are aware that are given to political parties when in government to say, okay, the party should at this level give us so percentage of appointees or whatever. So the party structure, mostly the National Working Committee, should reserve themselves to that level. Hence, this rivalry that is playing will begin to show more often, where they say they are under 1,000, 2,000 employable or appointments that's supposed to be made, and the party on its own begin to assume that they are going to make the whole of 2,000 appointments, or they are going to make the whole of what do you call 1,000, or taking assuming such high position. And then when the president is already seated, calculating how to make good use of those appointments to achieve the same purpose while they are in government, they will be busy on how to compensate party members. So if these things are not well checkmated against itself, they will begin to have this rift often and so often, where you begin to see these speculations we're hearing. I call it speculation because the party has not come up to say that, look, in our party, through the public secretary or the secretary, to say that, look, we are having issues. I think we're having a banter between the presidency and the party's leadership structure. We've not heard anything officially as such. So I still see it as people perception towards these maligning activities I'm telling you about. There should be clear statement. When all the candidates have emerged and they're in power, there's a great separation between them and the party structure. They are the people that will assign or give responsibility to the party to carry out, to say, okay, we are doing so level of employment or so level of appointment. Party members should give us so number of this, and then that's how they constitute governance.
All right. Hello, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the press.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm doing it from Abuja.
Good morning, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Please go ahead and make your contributions.
Yeah, my take is on this Mmesoma's case.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, in as much as I wouldn't want to justify action, and I will not equally support JAMB, the truth must be told here. The truth is like daylight. It's not hidden, it's bright, and clear. Now, what is the antecedent of JAMB? It is in this country that JAMB was telling us that next one would share about 6 million. That must go to equity, must go clear. They are judging this lady wrongly, or they judge her wrongly. Now, there is this investigation going on. The next thing they did, in fact, before the investigation, they had already punished her by suspending her,
for
by
3
withdrawing
years.
her results, which is very, very wrong. That tells you their mindset.
All right.
And that tells you the antecedent that they are highly corrupt. As I said earlier, remember the case of Snake swallowing money with what's it called, with JAMB, and now the same characters are judging somebody. So if they can go to the extent of being corrupt to that extent, do they have that rectitude? Well, I think they should. I'm not surprised that they are doing this to this girl.
All right, thank you so much.
This is nothing compared to the atrocities JAMB have committed in the past.
All right, thank you.
And of course, please let me know. There should be serious investigation, and heads must roll in JAMB, because those entities, they are so corrupt right from time. You get the point, and God has really brought them out. You see people, they scored 20, they give them 30. Look at these disparities in cutoff, man. What are we talking about?
All right, thank you so much.
There. So in some way, look, heads must roll, and they must pay for it. If investigations are going on, and people that are culpable must be punished, no matter how highly placed. If it's their whatever the arrestor they call them or whatever. I remember the other arrestor, Ojerebu or whatever. He was his case is in court, or some time ago. So I think JAMB, they are so corrupt, and I'm not surprised.
All right, Tony, we have to let you go. We have other callers on the line.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He just wanted to make his point, and his point is well made.
Hello, good morning.
Beautiful morning to you, Sandra.
Good morning, SMD. How are you doing today? Good morning.
You are also SMD from Lagos.
You're welcome, SND.
Thank you very much, Sir Alan Boy. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your inputs.
Thank you.
And let me quickly appreciate KAFTAN TV for giving us this ample opportunity to say our minds.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
SMB is not a card-carrying member of any political party. I have gone through all the messages or the write-up from the APC chairman, the Progressive Governors Forum. All they are talking about is tradition, meaning tradition of the party. Remember, all the houses, both the Senate and the National Assembly, they all have their own traditions. But the question now is, which one is the superior? Is it the tradition or the constitution of the political party? That's the question. If the constitution of the political party is superior than the tradition, why Adamu is crying? Why is he crying? If the tradition is superior than the constitution, then maybe the leadership of the party made a big mistake, which I don't believe that the tradition will supersede the constitution of the political party. But the question is, the political party constitution, the house tradition, and the national and the nation constitution, who is superior? That's the question.
All right.
My worry is, I am calling on the opposition parties. Let this not fight from the leading parties, lead them to another dimension. You know why? Because there is this crisis, internal crisis, since before the primary election of 2022 in FCC. There is this internal crisis. There is. So if they will bring this internal crisis up to that means the opposition parties must be vigilant and alert, because the opposition is the largest non-government party in either the National Assembly or a coalition. You understand? And their role is to question the government's policy, especially the policy that is not in line with the constitution of the nation, the policy that will not assist the masses to get out of their mess that they are today. So please, the opposition should be very much vigilant and alert.
All right, thank you so much.
From Lagos.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program today.
Well, a lot has been said, but
yes.
Before we leave the National Assembly issue to move on to Mmesoma's case, I saw the likes of David Umahi emerge, and I thought that Senate leaders are usually ranking senators.
Well, I've said it in so many fora that people should understand that those are cunning ways some senators in time past used to deter or defer other people from contesting. It's not constitutional that you're a senator, you're a senator. You're a senator of a certain republic. 10th republic, 5th republic, 6th, 7th. So you are not connected to any other, you must not belong to any other one before you become a principal officer of the one you belong. You've won election, you're in the Senate, you're a senator. And every privilege that is supposed to be given to all senators to contest for any position, you are eligible and confirmed and qualified to contest for it. These are activities some senators used to deter others from achieving their goals while they were in the House. So we are having too many eye openers these days that is making people become aware that no, actually these things are not correct, and people are really fighting it, and that's why you can see the likes of Umahi emerge and other people that are coming here will continue to emerge. And of course some other people that contested for the Senate presidency were able to contest because those things were not constitutional.
Like our last caller said, in your own opinion, I want to know what you think.
Yeah.
He said, which one is guiding the parties currently? So your own opinion, what do you think? Is it the tradition or they are being guided by the constitution?
Everybody.
Because we've seen
everybody
people
around
talk about it's the tradition.
No. The tradition is what we're killing. The tradition is what has brought us to where we are. The tradition is not good for the Nigerian content. So we have a constitution that backs everything. It was correct. We have a constitution that carries out everything that is supposed to be done in governance. So this is where people should concentrate. That is why When you say it's not a first timer, it's a first timer. People cannot cite it in the Constitution. Everybody is going to contest for whatever they want to contest for, so far as it's on that line. What is tradition here is that if you are not having majority number in the National Assembly, in the Assembly, you cannot contest as a majority leader. What is tradition is that if you are not majority, you are minority. You are restricted to contest for minority leader. So these are the traditions. These are the just little lines of traditions that are, sacrosanct in the House. Every other thing is open to every other person, so far as you are a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right.
That's a beautiful development.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go to another interesting issue that one of our callers also mentioned, and that's the issue of, that's the case between JAMB and Mmesoma Ejikeme. Because I don't want to say it's the issue, but it's now like a case between JAMB versus Mmesoma Ejikeme. So what are your thoughts about that particular issue? Because a lot has emerged. Mmesoma herself came out. She was holding her JAMB, printed out JAMB result, and she was trying to explain a lot of things to Nigeria. And after that, JAMB was also opportune to reply her. And in that statement, they still said, we stand by our words that Mmesoma's JAMB result is fake. I think we have a few minutes to take a look at that video clip, and when we come back, I think we'll continue our conversation.
I am Ejikeme Mmesoma. I'm the owner of these results. I went to JAMB portal to print these results, and this is what they gave me. This is the result here. So this is my aggregate 362. This is exactly how I printed it. I downloaded it from that site. So they now saying that I forged my results is what I don't know, and I'm traumatized that they accused me of forging my own results, because I am not capable of this forging results. This is the evidence. Okay, they say that I forged my results. They scanned this QR code there, and it showed another name, a Yoruba name, Omotola Afolabi, 138. And that same person that got 138, they checked again, the person got 338. Meaning that there is problem. There is problem somewhere. So, and we went to Commissioner of Education office on Friday last week. My principal and the educational secretary of Anglican Girls Secondary School, or Anglican Diocese. So we went there. We showed all these results to Commissioner of Education, both this one and the SMS they sent to me, and she snapped it and sent to the JAMB official. They called back saying that this is a forged result, that I forged it myself, that the JAMB office don't have the.
All right, now let's get your opinion. Also take into consideration that JAMB has already gone ahead to give her 3 years ban and also discredited her results.
JAMB is very ridiculous. I think they can't be part of the issues, judges, and also the people responsible to punish whoever the victim is. The matter. You see, people have ignored JAMB for a while. The process of JAMB is so corrupt. Government, because of what is happening, because of hardship, people have not really concentrated on what is happening through the JAMB process. Is one of the most corrupt institutions we're also having in this country. Take a look at the girl we just saw on the clip now. She doesn't have the capacity to do that. JAMB knows that people infiltrate their system. JAMB knows that within JAMB there are culprits. There are people that connive to do all these sort of things that they are talking about. This morning I watched the JAMB registered register or something speak, and I wonder the levity, the impunity at which he spoke this morning surprised me. I think there's a lot. This girl's issue is only bringing an end to these irregularities and evil practices in JAMB activities. So this thing should be taken more seriously than what it is. It is very easy. I think AIT was able to spin into a website and discover the website where they actually manipulate JAMB results. So I wondered why he was not talking to that direction. It means that it is possible that our results would have been tampered with by those illegal activities, or they are only trying to be mischievous about this girl's result. Take a look at the girl's background. For God's sake, at what instance would she be going to say she wants to influence? She's just an average societal girl whose father is an Okada rider. Yeah. So at what level, at what instance, at what payment level can she afford it? They pay 27,000, 37,000 on that site to influence results. So look at where she's even coming from, the rural area she's staying. At what level, what are the facilities available to her that would have made her be able to manipulate her results? And to what effect?
You know, the most disturbing of this is the fact that the last I checked, JAMB said they were going to probe into the matter and they were going to be investigating. If you were no,
we are getting it even wrong. JAMB cannot even investigate itself. JAMB cannot even call anybody to investigate the issue. JAMB should also step aside. The police should investigate this matter thoroughly.
Okay.
JAMB is involved. The girl is exhibiting a result, vehemently saying that this is a result she printed out from JAMB portal. So the question here is, like rightly said, the business or the issue or the case is between the girl and JAMB. So how will JAMB investigate his matter?
Okay.
And how will JAMB even call in DSS? This is not a state matter.
Exactly.
This is purely a societal issue. So the police should come in. The investigation must and should be done internally. I'm very happy that civil societies are also getting into this thing, into the matter and trying to show lots of concern. It's not about the guest result we're talking about now. It's about the irregularities that is happening, holistically in JAMB. It must be thoroughly investigated so that we can get a clear picture of where, how, and when these things are happening.
Talking about investigation, now the investigation has not been carried out. Why would JAMB ban her already? For
that is, let me use a law term. That is a nullity. They can't do. They don't even have the right to do that. The girl is not even given fair hearing. There is no panel set up. There is no investigation concluded yet. So they don't have such right, and I think that should be ignored. That they did that, they've done that out of ignorance of the law. You can't do that. They don't even have such right, because the result the girl is parading is related to them. So until a security agency or any what they call independent body the investigation and give us figures and whatever that are conspired, that is when we can now say who is punishable, the girl or even JAMB itself.
All right. We've had I'm so sorry, we had lots of callers on the line when you were giving your speech, but I did not want to interrupt. Please do call us back so that we can hear your opinions on the issues at hand. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you. Akin calling from Lagos as usual.
Good morning, Mr. Akin.
Yeah, thank you. I want to comment on that issue of JAMB. Yeah, actually, it is not a news that we know that JAMB is very corrupt to the extent that a big snake can swallow a lot of money from their office. That one is clear. But I want your analyst there to understand that that is not enough fact to now believe that that so-called girl is innocent until the final investigation. Because you and I know how corrupt some of our youth are, and they can use some software to make a lot of manipulation. Okay, I'm not trying to judge anyone here, but nobody should judge JAMB or the girl so far. And the so-called girl that you are saying that the father is Okada rider, I've heard that the father is not Okada rider, that he says he's not Okada rider, he was a former musician and so on and so forth. Look, Nigerians are just taking this situation with emotion, thinking that this girl is very poor. See, the law shouldn't know the status, economic status of anybody.
At all.
What I want, in fact, Mr. President, if possible, this very particular case should intervene so that all the JAMB office, whatever that has to do with the server, whatever, should be investigated. So that if actually JAMB, the one behind this girl, trying to bring down this girl, then so many heads should go for it. And if eventually these two girls actually did the manipulation, and they get those that are behind it. Herself, she's not any minor. She's 19 years. She must go to jail. We are talking about our institution. And if anything is not done, if it is done as usual, the normal way, nobody will hear what happened. This is how we continue. This case must not be left unchecked, and nobody should blame down or continue blaming the girl until it is found. After all, some people are taking it ethnic wise, saying that because she's from Igbo side. Look, it's not that matter. Even the one that is declared the appropriate highest score still comes from that same Anambra state. Even though she doesn't come from Anambra state, we shouldn't be talking about religion or tribal issue. People are taking it that way. It's not too good. So most of the analysts, we should not be biased simply because maybe the girl comes from the poor family. No, we should be objective. Listen to them at themselves, the point that they are bringing out. For me, to some extent, I want to agree with it, and I'm still holding on to see how I can completely agree with their fact. Let that girl and whoever that is coaching her also to come out and let us know. After all, the man representing the JAMB says that the girl requested for the JAMB result 2 or 3 times with Airtel number whatever, okay, and that they keep on giving her 240 something, okay, exact result. So they should make investigation on Airtel. If they get to know that the girl actually requested for it, definitely she's comfortable. Understand? So let us not go into conclusion. They may have their own facts, okay, holding, reasoning. So, but they must not Nigeria know everything. And a task is lastly, KAFTAN, we expect you, because we are your fans, we expect you follow up this issue until the end, so that you can inform us. Nobody should hide anything. Nothing like economic status. Nothing like a big machine. Let us see the truth about this matter. Thank you. I'm taking a lot of time. Thank you so much for your opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. He said a lot.
Yes, I think, and he has taken a very neutral stand. This is how it's supposed to be. You understand? We should allow, my own is that they should allow investigations. No need of blaming anybody now. We all have the antecedents. From the girl's side too, the people have began to make some research on our academic backgrounds, and she's not a dullard from what we've seen. So that is to question it to if she could even ascertain or attain such result from JAMB. So these are the issues around it. Or are the people that are playing within the cyberspace of JAMB would have done this mischievous thing. So these are the investigations. They should give way. JAMB shouldn't pressure it. The girls, people from the girls shouldn't pressure. We shouldn't be emotional. That's the key language about it. We should allow justice to take its course. But again, like you rightly said, we shouldn't allow this matter to be swept aside. Else, this is how it will continue. Some years back, a big snake swallowed some monies in JAMB. Till today, that's how the thing died off. And if we allow these things to play, this is exactly what we are going to get. This situation is getting worse and worse.
All right,
I believe JAMB themselves have chosen to raise the dust, because right now Nigerians are beginning to remember that there was a situation where snakes swallowed money.
So, all right, thank you so much for coming on the program. It's been amazing talking to you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very
so
much.
Thank you, Duke Alamboi.
Yep.
All right, that was our conversation with Duke Alamboi, and with that, we draw the curtain today on the press, coming to you live from the Abuja studios of KAFTAN Television. Till we come your way tomorrow, I am Sandra Ago.
And I am Olamide Al-Hassan. Do enjoy the rest of your day.